It is the third annual Sharpe Showdown, and it's Friday Night Rules night, the night after the National Walleye Tour wraps up here in Pierce, South Dakota. Bobby Crow coming in the number one spot there. Congratulations. We may get a chance to talk to Bobby Crow and Sheldon Meitinger together. Looking forward to it. But right now we have Scott Johnson. Scott, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you. It really is. So can I ask you, do you feel as awkward as I do staring at the camera there, but wanting to turn and look at me or look at each other?
Yeah.
I know.
I'll try to go back.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just trying to get used to it because TVs, they're always glued for. You.
8, 9 years old. We actually moved here 27 years ago from Huron, South Dakota. And our neighbors were the Underhills. I mean, Kurt's dad and his mom, Cindy, was super nice. Actually, she was a nurse for my second child at the hospital when my wife was in there having Nick. And I mean, Curtis and Leah were just super good kids, really good kids. And I had a couple of young kids, a little bit younger at that time. And Curtis would come over and he would be throwing the wiffle ball, and then my son Nate would be hitting it. No, I mean, they were just super nice people, super good neighbors. I think I remember going fishing once with them.
Oh, yeah.
Out to Lake Thompson.
Dave and right.
Dave, and I think Kurt came along with.
Sure.
And if I remember right, we left a net at home.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
We literally caught one walleye and trying to get him out of the water, and it fell off.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is bound to happen. It is so your connection with the Underhill family doesn't have you necessarily fishing the Sharpe Showdown today. You do fish tournaments from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, over the years we've done a few small tournaments. My brother-in-law and I, them little 20-team tournaments.
Right.
They're fun.
Never the Gov Cup though.
No, my wife wants to do the Gov Cup, but I tell her, well, until we get FFS on the boat. Sure, we can go out, pull crankbaits or pull bait and catch fish, but to compete, I'm going to have to learn it. So that's this year what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a forward-facing sonar and do the Tom Wynn.
It's a good goal. Yep, get the THU, do the Tom Wynn University.
And then practice all year, and then hopefully next year I can take her on the Gov Cup.
Thank you. I'll give you a high five for that too, because you said practice. I tell people that all the time. No, I'm not a pro, but I do spend a ton of time with my electronics, and I'm an electronics nut. So the crazy thing there is you have to practice no matter what. You have to use it, right?
Right.
Your vacuum will not vacuum your living room perfectly unless you practice on it. That's a horrible analogy because vacuuming, whatever. But yeah, you have to practice. You have to know what you're looking at. Live sonar does not itself work perfectly, because you see stuff down there. You see things moving, right?
Right.
You see all of that, but do you learn the bottom of the lake? Side imaging, down imaging, 2D sonar, all of those things combined. So those four things all come together to help people win, but you don't have to have the forward-facing sonar to win. I get you to compete. I get it, but you can win it without it because we've had people out there that are proving they can do it. Look at John Cox with the Bassmasters. He's doing it, but it's a great goal. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those things, old dog, new tricks. Got to learn it. Might as well figure it out. Exactly. Yes, me too. So got to go out there and get it done. You were talking more about tournaments, and just I interrupted you with the Gov Cup, but you say you were doing some stuff. Did you do a tournament last year?
I did the Sharpe Showdown last year. My brother-in-law and I, we sat out there. It's the first time my Ranger boat ever had the bilge pump go on. Like 3 or 4 times that day. It poured so hard.
Oh, the rain.
Kurt's got to have that tournament in late May or early June.
Of course, April's a rotten time. National Walleye Tour got in on rain on Thursday, and it was really bad for those that wanted to watch the weigh-in. It was terrible. I stood there the whole time and went back to my motel room soaking wet from the neck down because it got caught in my hoodie and just ran down my neck and my front and the whole 9 yards. Now, I don't think you're going to have to worry about rain tomorrow or Sunday, but I think you're going to have to deal with some really big wind out of the southeast.
Yeah.
So thank goodness it's out of the southeast and not out of the east or northeast or even southeast. Southeast, the fish will bite a little bit, but I think too that wind direction doesn't really hold true like it did when we were younger. East bite least. I think a lot of we got a lot of stockfish now. they've grown up in tanks, and I just truly believe that there's just a difference in the way they grow up, because they don't know what a lake looks like until they're older. Everything's pretty easy for them. It's like this table. There's just nothing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got food up above, and they just go, oh, eat, and they eat vertical, right? Because they're not coming in on the surface fish, so they're coming up and they go down and whatever. So it'd be interesting to see after 2 days of National Walleye Tour fishing what happens on Sharpe Showdown with all of you guys. Wish you the best of luck. Do you have a program? Or
I can guarantee you one thing.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that we're not going to win.
Well, now don't say that, because here's the thing.
We need Lady Luck.
We'll have you back on Wednesday, and we'll be talking to you because you won. So I'm just going to say, hey, good luck to you. Okay. Awesome. All right. Scott Johnson.